Welcome to the Crawcast. I'm your host, George Krawczak, and today we are looking at who is the best quarterback in the NFC East. We have Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Russell Wilson. Yes, I'm choosing Russell Wilson because I think he is guaranteed to be the starter. I can't see Jackson Dart starting his rookie season, and then I don't think Jameis Winston can beat Russell Wilson out for the starting job. So Russell Wilson is filled in for the Giants on this one. So in this video, I have an objective system to figure out who is the best quarterback in this division. And if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. So given that, let's get started. And also, I just want to say, so if you're on first, you get 3 points. Second, you get 2 points. Third, you get 1 point. And if you're on last, you get 0 points. So the first category here is winning percentage. At number 1 is Jaden Daniels, who is 12-5, which is a 70.59% winning percentage. At number 2 is Jalen Hurts, who is 46-20, which is a 69.7 winning percentage. At number 3 is Dak Prescott, who is 76-46, which is a 62.3% winning percentage. And at number 4 is Russell Wilson, who is 121, 77-1, which is a 60.8% winning percentage. So Jaden Daniels gets 3 points, Jalen Hurts gets 2 points, Dak Prescott gets 1 point, and Russell Wilson gets 0 points. The next category is yards per game. Dak Prescott is at number 1, and he has 33,375 yards in 122 games, which is 273.56 yards per game. At number 2 is Jalen Hurts, who has 17,800 yards in 66 games, which is 269.69 yards per game. At number 3 is Jaden Daniels, who has 4,459 yards in 17 games, which is 262.29 yards per game. And at number 4 is Russell Wilson, who has 51,597 yards in 199 games, which is 259.28 yards per game. So Dak Prescott is number 1, and he gets 3 points. Jalen Hurts is number 2, and he gets 2 points. Jaden Daniels is number 3, and he gets 1 point. And Russell Wilson is number 4, and he gets 0 points. The next category is touchdowns per game. At number 1 is Jalen Hurts, who has 140 touchdowns in 66 games, which is 2.12 touchdowns per game. At number 2 is Dak Prescott, who has 242 touchdowns in 122 games, which is 1.98 touchdowns per game. At number 3 is Russell Wilson, who has 381 touchdowns in 199 games, which is 1.91 touchdowns per game. And at number 4 is Jaden Daniels, who has 31 touchdowns in 17 games, which is 1.82 touchdowns per game. So Jalen Hurts is number 1, and he gets 3 points. Dak Prescott is number 2, and he gets 2 points. Russell Wilson is number 3, and he gets 1 point. And Jaden Daniels is number 4, and he gets 0 points. The next category is turnovers per game. At number 1 is Jaden Daniels, who has 14 turnovers in 17 games, which is 0.82 turnovers per game. At number 2 is Russell Wilson, who has 219 turnovers in 199 games, which is 1.1 turnovers per game. At number 3 is Dak Prescott, who has 142 turnovers in 122 games, which is 1.16 turnovers per game. And at number 4 is Jalen Hurts, who has 84 turnovers in 66 games, which is 1.27 turnovers per game. So at number 1 is Jaden Daniels, who gets 3 points. At number 2 is Russell Wilson, who gets 2 points. At number 3 is Dak Prescott, who gets 1 point. And at number 4 is Jalen Hurts, who gets 0 points. The next category is completion percentage. At number 1 is Jaden Daniels, who has a 69% completion percentage. At number 2 is Dak Prescott, who has a 66.8% completion percentage. At number 3 is Russell Wilson, who has a 64.7% completion percentage. And at number 4 is Jalen Hurts, who has a 64.4% completion percentage. So Jaden Daniels is number 1, he gets 3 points. Dak Prescott is number 2, he gets 2 points. Russell Wilson is number 3 and gets 1 point, and Jalen Hurts is number 4, so he gets 0 points. And the next category is passer rating. Jaden Daniels is number 1 with a 100.1 passer rating. At number 2 is Russell Wilson with a 99.8 passer rating. At number 3 is Dak Prescott with a 98.1 passer rating. And at number 4 is Jalen Hurts with a 93.5 passer rating. So number 1 is Jaden Daniels. He gets 3 points. Number 2 is Russell Wilson, who gets 2 points. Number 3 is Dak Prescott, who gets 1 point. And number 4 is Jalen Hurts, who gets 0 points. And the final result are Jaden Daniels has 13 points as number 1. Dak Prescott is number 2 with 10 points. Jalen Hurts is number 3 with 7 points. And Russell Wilson is number 4 with 6 points. So if you like this type of content, let me know in the comments below, and make sure to hit that subscribe button like it owes you money. And if you think there's any ways I can make the system better, I just try my best to make an objective as possible system. Kind of looks on stats and winning percentage, and kind of make it per game, so it kind of evens out, so it's a little not fair. For example, if someone has played more games than others. And like I said, if you like this type of content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I will see you on the next one.